everybody, and welcome to another Just Enough Heshy show. And I want you to know this is going to be our last show for the next 4 weeks due to the Rosh Hashanah holiday and the Yom Kippur holiday and the Sukkot holiday and, I don't know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, who knows. All these holidays are falling out on Wednesday on my show night. But I want to welcome all of you guys now because it's a very interesting show. Very interesting what I did today. And I want you all to listen because it's a very serious show tonight. And I want to introduce my beautiful co-host who disappeared on me today, who didn't film me. Soya, how are you, Soya?
Hi, great to be here.
Welcome back, Soya. You know, I'm giving you off for the next 4 weeks.
You're giving me off. With pay too, right?
No pay. Yeah, I'm giving you with pay, yes. Anyways,
Sure you are.
I don't know. I hear a noise in my head. Why am I hearing a noise in my head?
I think
it was my phone.
No. Your
alert.
phone. Not
just
the Amber Alert. The
no?
flash flood alert.
Oh, flash for who cares? We're not flooding. We're at the Just Enough Heshy show where nothing can happen to us.
You know, it would be so funny after the show we go outside and we see your car floating away.
But let me talk to you.
That would be funny.
Why don't you let me introduce Ezra first before you interrupt him? Ezra, how are you, my beautiful guy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I want you to know Ezra. He thought he's such a cool guy. He's a lawyer, smooth. Nobody can bother him. He's trying to build a house with his 19 children. I'm sorry, we're moving down with your 11 children. He's trying to move in, and of course, his neighbor has to know exactly what he's building. And I want you to know, the neighbor wants to know how the wind will blow through Ezra's backyard so he can look in through the window. So I asked the neighbor, why would you want to look into Ezra's window? Well, if it's open anyways, I can look in. I mean, Ezra, please, you heard that. Am I making...
No, you're not making it up. My wife and I had a good laugh at it.
I couldn't believe it. The guy is telling me I can look into his window because it's there. I mean, it's just like, it's wrong.
That's
Anyways,
disturbing.
And the mayor...
On so many different levels.
Yes, it is.
I know, the mayor lets people get away with everything. Anyways, we're here for today's show. Today's show is interesting because I was in City Hall today, Sawyer, and I was sitting there and I went onto the list to speak to the stupid idiot councilman, which, of course, Carmen Yeager didn't even show up.
Oh, my gosh, again.
Again, whatever. Do you know today they came up with a rule that I want you to listen to this very clearly, and I don't want you to get angry with me what I'm going to say, because this is the truth. They are going to make sure that we have, there's something called disease detectives. You hear this one, people? There's going to be disease detectives, which I'm going to talk about. They're going to have enforcers that are tracing us.
You know, I've been getting phone calls on my phone asking me if I want assistance on getting vaccinated, and I asked them, and they start asking me, you know, they know my name, and I tell them, oh, this number that you called, and I repeat my number, and they're like, yes, and I'm going, don't ever call it again.
But it's worse than that. They want to quarantine. They're going to I forgot the word I wrote. I think I wrote it on one of your papers. How they're going to take these children away and isolate them. It's crazy.
From their parents,
right.
From their family.
And this guy comes on, this commissioner that I threw out of Borough Park. He's sitting there, this health commissioner, Dr. Ching or whatever the idiot's name. I was on my video today. I was videotaping him in City Hall. 98% everybody's getting COVID. I mean, this guy is just lying. And he just sits there and he lies, and then we all were screaming, and they told us to be quiet. We were quiet till 4 o'clock, and then they wouldn't, and they told us all to come for an open mic, and nobody was able to speak. This is crazy. Anyways, and so much to go. But let's, in the meantime, before we need to get to my joke and quote so we can make people laugh before we make them cry. Sawyer?
Go ahead.
I'm letting you go. You're in charge.
High Tech Web Group. Have you been pushing off remodeling or creating a website? Well, now you don't have to any longer. Let High Tech Web Group's team of professionals construct your site with skill and precision. You can reach High Tech Web Group at 212-235-2777. That's 212-235-2777. Check out their website at info@hightechwebgroup.com, or you can reach them today at 212-235-2777 so you can experience a whole new world of business.
212-235-2777.
Plaza Auto Leasing. They are not only a leasing company, but also a dealership. You get the best of both worlds, the flexibility to lease or buy any vehicle, make or model, combined with quick service, huge inventory, and easy approvals. There is no finance manager to meet with, just a friendly pal sales representative that can handle most of the transaction from start to finish without you even having to step foot in their office. All you have to do is place your order, and they will even deliver your car right to your door. What are you waiting for? Become a pal and call Plaza Auto Leasing today. You can reach Plaza Auto Leasing at 718-975-9000. You can also check out their website at www.plazaautoleasing.com. Located at 2750 Nostrand Avenue on the corner of Nostrand Avenue and Avenue N. Call 718-975-9000 and become a pal today. And don't forget to tell them Uncle Heshy sent you.
Did I tell you that
you're in love with your new car. It's so roomy. It's so spacious. They were so accommodating.
It starts with my telephone. I'm able to put on the air condition. I'm able to open and close the locks. It's just real nice, and they're very cool. And I like Plaza Auto Leasing, 718-975-9000. And then we have Green Line. Tell us how good Green Line is. By the way, you know I made my suit dirty today.
Awesome.
Hello, I was eating a chocolate bar in the car. Ezra, you can't eat chocolate bars in the car.
He eats in the car. Who eats in their car?
I do because I see Ezra. Look, Ezra, talking to the mic. Ezra, tell us.
I do. We all do.
We all do.
No, you're supposed to only drink water, maybe coffee. You're not supposed to be eating in your car.
Are you kidding me? I started eating breakfast in the car.
I know, it's a luncheonette.
It's a diner. But I made myself so dirty with the chocolate bar today. I had to change it, and then I took my tie that I was wearing yesterday. I had to put it back on because I made my tie dirty. So this tie I'm wearing 2 days in a row.
Wow.
Okay, like you guys care.
Green Line Building Solutions, Preservation and Development, Fire Department, Criminal Court, Department of Finance, Environmental Control Board settlements, building consulting, violation removal, construction management, owner compliance, contracting, license department of building expediters, designs, professionals for all your building solutions. 202 Foster Avenue. You can reach Green Line Building Solutions at 718-871-0382. If you have any problems with your building, you need to call Green Line Building Solutions.
That's my company.
718-871-0388. Not because it's his company, because they will deal with your problem and it will get resolved.
That's
and
right.
you won't have to run around to 10 different places and end up spending way more money than you need
We have a lot
to.
of people that are coming to us for plumbing and construction and permits. And look at Ezra. Even though every day his mother-in-law calls me, wow. I mean, I have my own. By the way, you know tomorrow's my anniversary.
Mazel tov.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, wow.
What are you getting, Linda?
So she wants to go out to dinner. That's $250. Then I have to take the kids, and then I have to buy
And a piece of jewelry.
Oh, no, are you joking?
Anniversary.
Ezra?
It's either dinner or jewelry. Come on.
Dinner or jewelry? You can't have both.
You have to eat.
No, we can eat at home. We can eat yogurt and pizza and stuff.
I'm calling Linda. I'm telling her tonight that you're buying her jewelry, not taking her out to eat.
I might get her flowers. Somebody told me I can get flowers cheap on the corner of 46th Street and 16th Avenue.
Are you doing an advertisement now?
No,
Okay, then don't do an advertisement.
I'm not.
We only do advertisements for paying
but
customers.
you know, I have a way to take out Linda cheap. I have a wedding tomorrow night.
Guys, like, are you saying this on ear for people to hear?
No, because people
Have
are,
you
we're
no
not working.
shame?
No, because people are broke. People don't have jobs. It's a little tight for me, so I can't go out for $500
How
for
many
dinner.
years? How many years?
32.
I'm sorry. Splurge.
She has all the money. She has to splurge on me.
Has to
She
splurge
should buy
on
me jewelry. Right, Ezra?
I think so. Yes.
Thank God I have another.
Is a dog collar jewelry?
I hate you. Next, we have, of course, Mr. Super. I mean, do you...
Mr. Super, if you've been putting off any projects, hanging doors, repairing windows, fixing cabinets, anything and everything that your husband has not done or you've been putting off, you need to call Mr. Super because he is just absolutely super. You can reach him at 718-218-5555. That's 718-218-5555.
718-218-5555. Also, he has a superintendent services where he comes to your building, cleans and shovels and mops it, and has all the supplies. You don't have to buy anything. Mr. Super, 718-218-5555. And, of course, who's our favorite lawyer right now?
Ezra Levy.
Ezra Levy. Say hello, Ezra.
Hello, everyone.
What's your phone number, Ezra? Because she doesn't know it.
917-755-1187.
The law
Wait,
offices
can I
of
say the
Ezra
number?
Levy.
Can I say the number? 917-755-1187,
87.
because I almost forgot to. Go ahead.
You can also email him at EzraLevyLawFarm. That's Ezra Levy Law Firm at gmail.com. He does criminal, family court, orders of protections, everything and anything.
And he gives you consultations. This week I asked him for advice for 2 other people. Beautiful, smooth, right on the button. And he didn't bill me, which I hope, thank God. I love you, Ezra, because I'm broke. You know, I have an anniversary tomorrow.
After the anniversary, we'll talk.
Okay. And then, of course, we have, what's Ezra's number? One more time.
917-755-1187.
Guys, really, Ezra is the man, especially those people who made the fake vaccine cards. Guys, if you
Oh, the number for you is 917-755-1187. If you got arrested or you got a desk appearance ticket or you're getting one call, that call should be to 917-755-1187.
Now we're arresting people for vaccine cards. Ezra, be ready.
I'm waiting.
And we
You
got
can even get it for an additional $250. You can get it registered legally.
Wow. And then we have Baruch's Barbershop, my barber.
Located at 108 Avenue I, the official singing barber of Heshy Tischler. You can reach Baruch's Barbershop at 718-758-5187 or call, text, or WhatsApp Baruch personally to schedule your appointment at 347-845-9131. That's 347-845-9131.
And you can pop into his store at 108 Avenue I. Very cute, nice seats, very good. He talks a lot, but I enjoy it, and I enjoy my spending time over there. And then, of course, we have mysukkahwall.com.
This year, you don't need to stare at plywood or plastic slats. This year, with their full wall murals, you can transport yourself to Yerushalayim or an oasis or anywhere else your mind takes you. You can reach mysukkahwall.com at mysukkahwall.com. That's MySukkahwall.com.
I like them. I have their posters, and I'm putting up my sukkah this week, Sunday. Ezra, when are you putting up your sukkah?
Probably right after Yom Kippur.
Oh, well, I'm putting it up this Sunday because I want to be ready to go. Who is our favorite, next favorite, really?
Attorney offices of James Meadows, highly ranked traffic lawyer, former criminal lawyer, dedicated to all moving violations throughout New York State. James handles all points-related moving violations in New York City, Long Island, and upstate New York. Speeding, red lights, cell phone, stop sign, failure to yield, and improper turn are traffic offenses with stiff penalties, including huge fines, points, increased insurance rates, suspension of your driver's license, and even being arrested. The law office of James Meadow is the best chance of beating your traffic ticket. 845-TICKETS. That's 845-842-5387 or 845-TICKETS.
845-TICKETS. James Meadows, my lawyer, my ticket guy, saved my butt. We'll save it again. I love you, James. Thank you so much for all your help. Traveler's Choice, 212-868-8698. For all your travel needs, know if you have to run away because you are criminally arrested, you got to go to Ezra Levy at 917-755-1187. But if you're going on vacation and not running out of the country, call Traveler's Choice, 212-868-8698 for all your travels need. Yossi and Devorah.
Traveler's Choice is your only choice for travel.
And then, of course, our show, Just Enough Heshy. You can email me, justenoughheshy@gmail.com. You could text me. You could Facebook me at Just Enough Heshy. You could YouTube me at Just Enough Heshy. Twitter me, Just Enough Heshy. Instagram me, Just Enough Heshy. TikTok me, Just Enough Heshy. Wow.
I don't know when you have time, because when I'm with you and we're traveling to City Hall or to wherever, your phone does not
I know.
Insane.
And plus,
you have your phone. You must have your phone on silent.
Guys, I know November 3rd. This is my last thing. November 3rd is coming. Carmen Yeager's an idiot. Write my name in at City Councilman. You all say he stopped me on the street. Write it in. Look what he's done. He's doing to
If you want a councilman that is going to be there and available for you 24/7 and is available. I mean,
I'm
Heshy,
available.
You announced where you live. People come to your house.
They do.
It's like a...
Anyways,
Okay.
Let's start the show because we went a little bit
Just
too
right,
long.
Heshy Tischler.
HeshyTischler.com can still use donations, but you don't have to send anything. Just vote for me. Anyways, here's my quote for the day. Are you ready? It's a long quote because of what they're trying to do to us now. By the way, September 3rd is a court case that we are going against the Mayor de Blasio to stop these mandates and the mask mandates. It's in Staten Island. I will be there. I'm going to be there screaming and hollering, and I want you to be ready because I think we can win this court case based on the 14th Amendment. By the way, me and Sawyer are going to a singles event. No, I'm not going to pick up women, okay? And Sawyer doesn't need anybody either. But it's an evening of elegance, annual Law women's banquet for Jewish singles, exclusively for ages 24 to 38. I've been invited to speak, and they're going to really enjoy me at 6:30 at night. It's being run by Bela Seabrow. Wonderful place. I don't know if it costs. I think it does cost money. $36. 9 Beechwood Drive, Lawrence, New York. If you want to come meet me or hang out with me or hear me speak, because I'm a great speaker, come down over there Sunday, September the 5th, 9 Beechwood Drive, Lawrence, New York. For reservations, you can contact Bela Seabrow, 516-849-5863. 516-849-5863. By the way, you can all send messages through YouTube and questions, and of course, my beautiful Sawyer will ask me the question. Here's my quote, because they're trying to take away our freedom. Freedom of religion has no compromise. Freedom to do what we want has no compromise or restrictions. We must have faith that we, as our forefathers, had, and if you have faith in our freedom, no government will be able to take away our faith and our freedoms. It's time to stand up and claim our government back and our freedoms once and for all. And I'm tired of losing our freedom, and that's what I'm going to fight for.
What do you mean by claim?
What do you mean claim?
What do you mean by claim? Claim our freedom.
Because they're going to steal our freedom.
So what do you think people need to do to claim the freedom?
We need to stand
When you
up.
make a claim, you can do it verbally or you could do it
Why is
physically.
our producer not picking up the phones? I hear the phones ringing. It's not being picked up.
Are we doing shout outs?
We're doing shout outs.
Mira Nava, Lila Tamar, my
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, do you know that my niece Danielle just had a baby boy today in the hospital?
What is that, 107?
107. This is my 107th
Wow,
nephew
mazel
and niece.
tov.
So yes,
107th
yeah,
niece
it's a
and
boy.
nephew.
We're gonna have a bris. I'm gonna tell everybody where the bris is, so you can all come to a free meal next week.
Shout out to Dove and Shani Hikins,
Yeah.
Sergeant Peters,
Yeah, and don't forget my friend Ellie.
your
yeah,
friend
good.
Ellie, and my one and only beautiful Shoshana. Do you have anybody you want to shout out to, Ezra?
Hi, Mom.
Was that your mother or mother-in-law?
Yes.
Yeah. I hear him,
The answer is yes.
I hear him call his mother-in-law mommy. I don't
do.
do that. You know what I say? I say, Margaret, what's up, baby? You know what I mean? I'm not calling her mom. You're all like little girls. I even hear my son doing. Anyways, here's my joke of the day. Are you ready for my joke?
I sure am.
Okay, this is a good one. I have a few of them, but this is a good one. Of course, it's about Linda, because tomorrow is our anniversary. You know, me and Linda have been together for 32 years. So when you wind up, you have your own way of communicating. For example, the other day, I shouted at Linda, I'm lost. I can't find stuff. And Linda says, what are you looking for? I says, well, I'm looking for nothing. She says, look under the bed. How did she know? Wasn't funny?
Sorry.
I don't know what's wrong with you. Anyways.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know. So anyways, as you know, my nephew, my 7-year-old nephew, called and wished me a happy birthday a couple of months ago. And he says, how old was I? So I said, I'm 57. He says to me, did you start at 1? Okay, none of my jokes are funny for you today. I hate you so much. Anyways, we're going to start our show. We're going to start with a few little things. The first thing I want to tell you is Dr. Fauci, your animal, is trying to tell people to vaccinate. And not only vaccinate, he wants to have pregnant women vaccinated. And I want you guys to hear this from a doctor. Just listen to this.
Northrop, I am a board-certified OBGYN and former assistant clinical professor of OBGYN and the author of 3 New York Times best-selling books on women's health. My profession and many of my colleagues are getting thousands and thousands of reports about miscarriages, heavy bleeding, postmenopausal bleeding, even vaginal bleeding in 6-month-old baby girls who have either been vaccinated with this shot or been around those who have been vaccinated.
Now, I'm not telling you not to vaccinate, but you know, the last couple of days, and Ezra, I haven't been, I'm very hyper and I'm on to go, but sometimes at the end of the day, I'm losing a lot of energy, and I'm not saying it's the vaccination, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know right now, guys. I'm being scared. I'm very scared, even though I have my Vax card now, and I'm allowed to go into the places. By the way, everybody, on September the 13th, Ezra, I gave you this list. Let me tell you where you're not allowed to go. Do you know that you can't go into a groceries? I understand you don't want to let me into your gym. I can maybe understand the restaurant deal, nightclubs, but not to go into the grocery store. Guy has to stand there and check your Vax card. Do you believe that?
That's That's if there's indoor dining, right? That's
No,
what it says.
no. Indoor fitness, where indoor dining. You're telling me that, but it
I
is.
understand it's a grocery if there's indoor dining in there.
How could there be indoor dining
don't
in a
know.
grocery store?
I have no clue.
It's on the list. It's indoor stuff. All I know is there's
whole thing's a joke.
It's a whole thing is a joke. It's stupid, and this mayor is just an idiot out of his head. Now I just want to tell you guys also. Look at this. You know, guys, look, they're making fake vaccine cards. Ezra, really, is this a crime? Is this really a crime?
Technically, it is a crime.
Why?
because
It's not a
false
law to
instrument-
have a vaccine
No,
card.
but
It's-
if it's being used as if you're forging a false instrument, then
So if you're violating people's constitutional
That's
rights,
fine for
hold
the
on a minute. Whoa, Bessie, hold on. If you're violating people's constitutional rights and putting them in fear that they can't go anywhere without it, they can't travel to another state or city or wherever, they just can't travel to see family members, grandma, or somebody that may be sick and dying already, nothing to do with the corona. If they're like barred from living their life and seeing family members, and they're already in fear, and you're violating them on so many different levels, not just that they
No,
can't
but
see
you're
grandma.
going into a technical
Hold
thing
on,
now.
is it what? It's technical.
We know that they're violating our rights, Ezra, but the point is these vax cards, you know, I need an ID card in my business.
So my point is that you're causing them. Can you not
But
be?
it's not even a real crime. It's a stupidity.
the whole thing is it's ridiculous. I honestly think the biggest crime was how much they were charging for those cards. But
They had to charge for
they
the
were
cards.
charging
Yeah,
because people don't-
we could print it for much cheaper. We could do.
Don't joke. Don't joke. They're going to be listening to us.
I've personally seen a
Let
lot
them
of these.
listen.
I've personally seen a lot of these cards being made, literally just being taken off.
You could get images online. Just
click
write down vaccine cards and press images on Google,
But
and you could just literally print it out and fabricate your own.
But this is just not New
They
York.
have apps.
It's not just in New York. I've read today that some tourist went to Hawaii, and she presented false ID, a false vaccine.
They only got caught
because she spelled Moderna wrong.
because they made a fake card for a child that didn't need to be vaccinated or couldn't
She
legally.
actually spelled the word Moderna correctly. So if you're gonna,
What is wrong with you? That's what you have spell check for.
Guys, it's so easy for them to check. They go on the same database. But that's my point. If you would have heard my 3-minute video that I broke down all these time when I was in City Hall, they are going to have a database and also a main place called I forgot what it's called again. I forgot what my video said. A main location,
Registry,
a registry that they can check if you were vaccinated, and it's open to the public for everybody to know about it. It's sickening, and I want you to know something. The city is just falling apart, and I'm upset about these people being arrested. There's so much crime out there, so many other problems, and you're so busy. Look what they're making us do, Ezra.
it's getting crazy because yesterday, actually, the mayor who made this mandate, that's coming into effect on the 13th, basically said, okay, if you want to go to a restaurant and you haven't been vaccinated yet, go get a shot, come back and just have proof that you got the shot, your first injection, and come make and sit down at the restaurant right
But
there
one
and then.
injection is not good
And
enough.
that one injection is not good enough, and supposedly it takes 2 weeks until everything's effective. This whole thing is just trying to get you to comply. It has nothing to do with health.
And I want
Money,
you to
money,
know,
money,
everybody-
money.
I want
I'm telling you, that's
but
all
here's
it
another
is.
story. Everybody's working. Everybody's jobs are back on. People don't want to work because they're getting unemployment benefits. They're getting rent benefits.
It
from the
doesn't pay to
government.
go to work.
And listen to this: our new governor, a woman. I'm not knocking that she's
Kathy
a woman.
Hochul.
She's an idiot. She now is calling back a special session to renew eviction bans. Now, people are collecting unemployment, collecting money. They're not paying their rent, and now she's not allowing us to evict them, even though there's no money. They're making money and they're collecting rents. This is just keeps going on. She's
And
also.
actually, the Senate approved it today. They actually voted for it today. It's going to the Assembly.
It just doesn't end. We can't evict anybody, and people are not paying us rent for 12, 13, 14 months. And then you file for a program, which if you're qualified, you have to go through a lot of paperwork, then you can pay rent. So basically, I am not collecting rent, and my tax money is going to pay the rent to the people who are not paying me rent. I mean, I'm lost.
And they're still collecting property
And
taxes.
they're still collecting, right?
And you still have to pay a mortgage.
And still have to pay mortgage. Also, the
But you
governor
can't collect the rent.
And this new governor just replaced the old idiot. She touts a $65 million booster bid. COVID vax aid as Delta rages take shots. I mean, you're talking. She's saying that it's running around. She's saying children. You know, one idiot said the other day, when you see your children with masks and ventilators. I don't see them happening. It's not happening. They're trying to scare you, and it's not happening, people out there. This vaccination, do it if you want to do it. But you know what? Go take the flu shot. It's the same thing.
Actually today I called Senator Cousins' office. She's the Senate Majority Leader in Albany. Somebody told me that they were voting on what's called Senate Bill S7320.
Yeah, you scared me on that.
Right, it scared me also, so that's why I called. Basically, this is a bill I've read the text. They want to amend the education bill so that including the mandatory vaccines, immunizations that a child needs in order to attend school in the state, for children from between the ages of 2 and 18, they want to amend it. The state senator who proposed the bill and introduced it to the Senate, he wants to mandate COVID vaccines for children 2 to 18 in order to go to school.
And you know, she said today that they're opening up in 700 schools the vaccination booth. Now, even though the parents are not approving it, they can, they have it in there. So what do you think is going to happen? The kid's going to come to school and they're going to say, take the vaccination shot. The nurse is giving it and they'll take it. And these are the things that they're doing. Now, I am not an anti-vaxxer. People have been fighting vaccination for their children for years. But how many really fight it? Most people vaccinate their children. Let us be educated. Give it time. Don't rush people. It is not, COVID is not, do you see COVID running rampant? I'm asking you, Ezra. No, I mean, it's just a lie.
Look, COVID's a serious virus. Right? We all know people who've been infected by it, people who lost their lives by it. The thing is, children are the lowest at risk. Even with this Delta variant, it gives them a bad cold for a couple of days. I mean, this is not something you have to immunize them, especially with something we don't know any of the data.
75% of New York.
It could be worse than just a cold.
Okay.
First of all, it feels very tight over the chest. It really does affect your respiratory. But the government,
bronchitis does the same thing.
Right. There are other medications.
So is the flu. So I mean, look, I had the virus last year, which is one of the reasons I refused to take the vaccine until there's enough testing, because I have natural immunity. So and that's where we're at right now. But the thing is, there's no way I'm going to let my children take the vaccine.
No.
But I want you to know, look at you.
Now, I'm not.
You don't want to experiment on them.
They're not guinea pigs.
Do you remember who was on our show a couple of weeks ago? The Reverend Kevin McCall. So your mayor, not mine, Blas, he bops the Reverend for vax exemptions. Mayor de Blasio teed off Tuesday on Brooklyn preacher who's been writing COVID vaccination exemption letters for people trying to avoid the new vaccination mandates. His honor continued to promote incentives for New Yorkers to get their shots. Last week, the Reverend Kevin McCall told the Daily News that members of his congregation were flocking to him for letters, and he would grant them an exception for the mandatory vaccination. This mayor, and they're trying to come get him and torture him, and they just can't, every which way we turn and we find a way to get away with this guy, he's torturing us. 75% of New Yorkers are vaccinated. They're saying the whole country is up in evil again with the COVID. It's just not true. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what's going up. By the way.
It's very simple. They're trying to control you.
So I want to show you something. I was reading the other day, and I printed it out for you guys, about this country. Where's this country over here? Denmark will scrap all COVID restrictions in 2 weeks and stops classifying it as a critical threat to its society. I mean, come on. I mean, this is already Europe. These are classy people, smarter than us. They're a very serious place. It's just not ending, and we just can't get rid of this COVID until something else pops up. You're going to see something else popped up. We had something crazy with the war. We had something crazy with the Trump elections. We had something crazy with the Russia, what was it? The Russian, I forgot already. Thank God, with Trump.
The Russia hoax.
The Russian, whatever.
The impeachment hoax.
No, but what did Trump do? Russian, that he was a spy, agent, whatever it is?
Who knows anymore?
Who knows? You see, it was such a big news for 2 years. Then they found something new to get out of. Every time these news people have something big. And I just want you to know, I was reading my favorite author. And again, I'm repeating it. I loved his book. Gabriel Elon is the hero of the book. And at the end of this last book, they said that Trump himself was a Russian spy and he gave over American agents. I mean, I'm never reading him again, even though it was only one line at the end of the book and it was a great story. You can't do that. You can't accuse people of stuff like that. I don't know.
You have Israel, 80% vaccinated, are spiking, while COVID-19 infections in the neighboring Palestinian territory, 11% vaccinated, are flat.
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, I mentioned this last week. This test that came out, the studies that are coming out of Israel, it shows people who had a natural immunity because they had the virus do not get the Delta variant, and they, as opposed to those who already took the vaccine, they get these virus. They do get the virus.
I don't even believe the numbers in Israel. I don't even believe
the chance of the Earth being hit with an asteroid is
Right.
0.046%.
Say it again. Say it again.
The chance of the Earth being hit with an asteroid is 0.046%. The chance of dying of COVID is 0.026%. Drop the mask and buy a helmet.
So most likely the Earth will get blown up from dying from COVID. I mean, it just doesn't end, guys. And by the way, your president left so many people.
He's not my president.
Well, he's
not a president. He escaped.
For the time being, he is our president. He is the president.
What did the Marine's mother call him? What did she refer to him?
As a dementia, something.
Dementia-ridden, something. I can't even use.
But look what he did. We had to end this war and defend retreat, despite the deaths of Americans and Afghan people who were loyal and helped us out.
He was standing over there. looking at his watch.
Right.
They're burying the Marines. And by the way, he couldn't bring them home when they were alive, but he was able to bring them home when they were dead.
Right. But I just
shame on you, Biden,
more...
and shame on the entire administration that is standing there and helping and aiding in any way to pull the puppet strings from this dementia-ridden
but it's his whole
idiot.
administration. More Americans are going to die, and more American people who helped us than I guess the whole COVID thing in Afghan. They're going to start killing people in Afghan. You're talking.
They are killing. You didn't hear something about 14 buses or 7 buses of American women being taken. What do you think is happening to them? Taken by the Taliban?
And $83 billion in supplies and tanks and weapons was left there
and is being utilized by the Taliban and who knows who else against the Americans and against the citizens.
But I heard something very cool. There was something called Operation Pineapple Express, where a rogue team of retired U.S. vets.
That was a movie.
No, it's true.
No, there was a movie, Pineapple Express. It's a very funny movie.
Well, these guys went in there and they rescued Afghan allies during a secret mission conducted behind Biden's back.
Yeah, and then Biden's was he was thanking him yesterday. I mean, that's the problem. We rely on private citizens and NGOs to do the government's job for us. This is the first time I ever heard of America basically saying we can't protect our own citizens.
This is crazy.
And that's it's more than just crazy.
Anyways, even a retired U.S. general calls on Biden's top military and diplomatic officials to resign after the Afghan crisis. I mean, these guys are lost. I mean, I know I'm going to Afghan right now, and we should be talking about COVID, but I'm tired of talking about COVID. I mean, I'm really tired of it. It's they're pushing it on us. We've vaccinated. They're telling me now in Mississippi and Minneapolis and Oregon. Of course, they're telling me numbers in other states because you can't prove anything over here. You can't prove it. The beds are not full. People get sick. I know I got bronchitis. I got very sick. I couldn't breathe a couple of years ago, and that was it.
And you have to build up your immune system to get better. You need to drink hot tea, soup. So the coronavirus, one of the things that really, really helps, I believe it would have been a total solution. First of all, you can't stay still. So when they're putting you in a hospital bed and they're laying you down flat, forget about it. You're supposed to be elevated, and steam. Steam is the best thing. It breaks up and loosens everything up when you have...
I take a steam every morning and I feel so much better.
It really is. So why isn't the government promoting everything that could be medicinally and effectively helping you and giving you medications, multiple medications that they have that literally cost pennies.
This is not about finding a cure.
It's about making money.
It's not even that. It's about that. It's about control. It's about control. The government
collusion.
wants to be able to control what you think, what you do, how you think, how you do. We are dealing with a totalitarian way of thinking these days.
Wow,
this
he's
is
using Christopher Messi's words.
It's just like Chris is right.
Chris is going to be calling in.
But this is
And he pointed out something.
Do you
You should
think
just know
Avram-
when
do
you
you think
gave your
Avram even
email
picks up the
address
phone?
out loud
Right.
earlier for Green Line Building Solutions, you left off the E.
No, I just said just enough Heshy at gmail.com.
No. You said Green Line. It's GreenLine.
Right.
531816 at gmail.com. He said you left off the E. He's listening.
You see?
And
Because Chris is
he's a perfectionist.
It's not that he's a perfectionist. He's intelligent, and the problem is we need guys like Chris helping us and leading us and fighting for us.
And he also said dinner and bit in caps, jewelry.
Chris, do not call it. I hate you.
So trying to be
I want you to know
intelligent,
something. We're so busy arresting people for not getting the vaccine card. Here it is: 100 suspects arrested in a massive multi-state human trafficking sting that rescued dozens of victims. So we're letting people be kidnapped. We're letting people get shot. Look at what Curtis Lewa says. Curtis Lewa says he screamed at the mayor, the Republican mayor nominee, Curtis Lewa, accused Mayor de Blasio of telling the cops to stand down when it comes to fighting violent crime because he wants nothing done in response to recent shooting of 2 men in a hospital. Now, I know when Chris hears this, he's going to freak out. The man told police to stand down during violent crime.
Well,
I
you
don't
know,
know.
We are living in a country where you're supposed to stand down from crime, and we have a president who gets on his knee, and everybody gets on his knee to respect criminals, but criminals are released.
But
Chris,
it's not-
you
but
gotta
now
call
it's-
in
But the
already.
mayor, yesterday the mayor came out with the funniest thing. Now it's the court's fault that we have a high crime rate. It's true that the courts are very backed up because of all these COVID restrictions. You can't get there. But this
Can
is
you
all
tell
of a
him to
sudden,
pick up?
all of a
Okay,
sudden,
he's
it's the court's fault that crime's so high. It had nothing to do with the bail reform that the bail support. It had nothing to do with the fact that they don't want to prosecute quality of life crimes. It had nothing to do with the fact that our mayor doesn't know what the heck he's doing.
Yeah.
It's the court's fault.
Well, we're going to take line one. Chris is on the phone. But Chris, while you're listening and while you're ready to join the show, just remember Andrew Cuomo. Hi, Chris. What's up?
Hey, I'm calling you from a basement in Kandahar. I'm sitting on the body of 10 dead Taliban.
Oh, God. But I want you to know, Chris, Andrew Cuomo was stripped of his Emmy. And Schwarzenegger, I think they dumped that idiot for something. But my best part is I want you to be really upset when you start screaming. Are you ready, Chris?
I'm ready. You give it to me.
We on New York State are going to defend Mayor Cuomo.
Governor Cuomo.
And
Former governor.
No, I call him idiot. I haven't
him
even
all,
been
I
governor,
think.
but you're right. We are going to
Hands
spend
the Andy. So the taxpayers are picking up Hands the Andy's bill?
legal bill, yes.
$9.5 million. Chris, if you have an extra 9.5, can you write us a check, please, man? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? And you should have watched my video today, Chris. I was sitting in City Hall when the guy is telling us it's disease detectives we have. We're going to do enforcing. We're going to track enforcing you. We're going to.
Are they going to give them thigh-high polished black boots and teach them to say, show me your papers?
Yeah. This is. I'm embarrassed. You were right. It's really getting so bad. Did you hear what Sawyer said? That asteroid hitting the Earth is going to be more than a chance of getting dying from COVID.
Yeah, of course. It is more dangerous right now to drive on an American highway, given all the number of knuckleheads who barrel down the road at 80 miles an hour looking at their damn phones, than it is to go out and kiss someone who's got COVID.
All I can ask you is one thing, Chris. We're going to talk about Afghanistan. It's over. We're out. Those people are in big trouble. It's finished. I mean,
We're not remotely over. We have not yet begun to reap the whirlwind of this insanity.
oh God.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just I think America has just gone from a superpower to just another.
And you know who won? Do you want to know who won
China.
this whole war?
China.
Osama bin Laden. This is all he wanted to happen. This is what he preached about. This is what he ranted about, and he won. He started a 40-year campaign. He's been dead, but he won. He wanted us to be bankrupt. He wanted the dollar to be devalued. He wanted more and more Muslims around the world to hate us, and we did exactly what he wanted.
And to kill those Marines.
Oh, it's a travesty. Joe Biden, I know it's a family show, needs to shut the F up about Beau Biden. enough. You're not a Gold Star parent. I'm sorry your son died, but he died of cancer getting Class A medical treatment in Walter Reed Hospital that normal mortal Americans don't get to get. If that moron refers to his son one more damn time when talking about people who laid down their lives for this country, it is appalling. The man is a disgrace.
I know. I know.
What's worse is they didn't just lay down their lives for this country, which they laid down their lives because we had a president who was more concerned with it.
Oh, they laid down their lives for nothing. You're absolutely right. I mean, they themselves signed up to do the right thing, and they were put in harm's way by this idiot.
But these 13 service members' blood is on his hands.
Completely. And as I covered on my show, Messi Times, the day after his horrible, pathetic speech, almost uniquely in the annals of warfare, is there such a direct line between the commander-in-chief and battlefield deaths?
Wow.
Almost uniquely.
Right.
All I know is by the way, it was called Russian collusion. I forgot the
thank
word.
you.
We even forgot the whole part. But I just got a text that you, Messi, Sawyer are all dumb. I don't want to say the other word with an A. And that we should all get vaccinated, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm probably a Democrat idiot, which I am one of those idiots as well. But
that's redundant.
I'll tell you what. To the person that said that, you can have my shots. Because I like you so much. You can have mine, Heshy's, and anybody else's.
His phone number is 917-6. Listen, his number is 917-633-7481. 917-633.
You want to hear some fun facts about Afghanistan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brought to you by the administration that is intent upon making my handgun with a clip with more than 9 bullets in it at once illegal. Here's just a tiny flavor of what we left behind. 43,000 light tactical vehicles, 23,000 Humvees, 9,000 5-ton cargo trucks, 600,000 hand weapons, including 400,000 rifles, 150,000 pistols, 26,000 grenade launchers, make great Christmas gifts, 65,000 machine guns, 13,000 shotguns, 10,000 rocket-propelled grenades, and 2,700 mortars and howitzers. We can list more later. But this is what they left all these people, and that's what they're now shooting at our former allies with.
Oh, wow. Chris, I'm telling you right now, Chris, I'm scared right now because I really did not believe in the vax cards. I didn't believe the vax passports would happen. I didn't believe that the eviction ban would continue for another year and a half. I didn't believe
these
that
totalitarian leftists will stop at nothing until they control the entire state, micromanaged from birth to death.
And the way they're keeping our schools and the children, they're going to trick everybody into the vaccinations. Even though they should get it, they shouldn't get it. It doesn't make a difference. But they're forcing it down our throats, and the way they're lying. I was sitting there in the city council today. They told us to come open mic to argue back, and told us to shut up, sit down. They'll call us, and you should have heard the way they talk. The same garbage over and over and over again, and it was so boring.
And until New Yorkers vote these clowns out, unfortunately, New Yorkers deserve this nonsense.
I know.
None of that crap flies here in Florida. None of it. None of it.
I know. You keep repeating that. And I believe something is wrong because so many people are protesting. So many people are complaining. And let alone they're saying, no, everybody agrees. I saw all these parents today that showed up and said, no, no, no. And again, the city council, they said, oh, it's a hearing. And and half of the councilmen didn't show up. My councilman wasn't there at all. They have people who just want to either be reelected or get jobs who can't be reelected. So they want to try to get jobs with big companies to show, look what we did for New York City. I mean, we're dead meat. I'm going to fight them. The holidays are coming. I know they want to close out parks again. I know they want to close out dining stores. I don't know what to tell you.
It's insane. Everyone just needs to ignore these fascist morons and go about their lives. There was some nonsense here about, we're going to have more restrictions in schools. And, that was like taken care of pretty quickly. But God, before I forget, Heshy, really important. I know this came up earlier. to your anniversary, dinner and jewelry and flowers.
I
Do it
heard
right.
that already. I heard that from Sawyer that you said that, Chris. I thought you understood not to say. You're on my team. You're onto it.
I'm
Chris,
here. I'm here to help. I'm here to make your life better.
What
Happy
better?
wife, happy
You just
life.
costed me $2,000, Chris. Are you kidding me? Oh God, Linda's. Thank God.
But
not
at
listening to
what
the show.
price domestic harmony, my friend?
Are you kidding me? Okay, she better say I'm handsome tomorrow morning. It's our anniversary. She better say I look just like the day we got married.
Oh, God.
Once a year? You get your handsome once a year? That's great.
No. She says it. She says it to me every morning. By the way, then she calls me names afterwards. Where's my money? But every morning she wakes up. She says she makes a small little prayer, thanking God for her soul, and then she says I'm handsome, and then we have our little fight afterwards.
It's good to have a morning routine.
Oh, every morning. We've been doing it for 30-something years. Every morning she says, you're handsome, and I want you to know the reason I make her do it, because I want her to believe it. We say it enough times. But she's a good girl. You know what? Somebody told me today, you were not compatible with Linda. You don't have to be compatible with your woman. You don't have to have the same thoughts. You have to have somebody that understands you. And I don't believe that anybody would have understood me as well as her, especially when she does my underwear and my laundry. I am happy, and she doesn't complain about it. I'm happy about it.
The small things
There
in
you
life.
go.
The small things in life.
Domestic bliss.
Domestic bliss. And she always complains she works harder than me. It's not true, Linda. I work harder than you. Tonight she made me a steak for my upcoming anniversary, Chris. I'm scared to go home.
Steak on anniversary eve. That's nice.
But she burnt it for sure. There's no possible way
Is this even true? I just read Nancy Pelosi blocked the House from
Yes.
reading the names of the 13 U.S. service
Yes, she
members.
did that. Yes, she did that.
What a disgrace!
Chris, she could do that?
Wow.
Yeah, she's a speaker.
What is that? What is that? Isn't that like an anti-American?
Well, have we been pro-America?
Get in line.
Have we
That
been
ship
pro-America
sailed long
in the last 50
ago.
years? When's the last
She's
time we
the
were
worst.
pro-American in Congress?
Oh, the guy sends me another text. He says, please tell it to Greenfield and Eckstein. Eckstein is a guy who owns a Shiva. Well, some stupid paper that he rips off, a website. He rips off people. And Greenfield is our ex-councilman who really just keeps sucking money out of, I don't know, from people. I have no idea. These guys, they look who they look up to. Guys who don't do nothing for them. Guys who make believe they do something to them. But you know what? When they're in trouble, when they're arrested, when they need stuff in the schools.
When do they write your name in? Heshy Tischler? What date?
Heshy Tischler, November 3rd. You write in Heshy Tischler.
Just write in Heshy Tischler.
Just write other. Don't cross in Kalman Yeager. I'm telling you, you should do it for any single seat that is up there that you feel that your guys, even mayor, we should all just, if you have a different option, don't be forced in. Don't think that the two parties are there. You can choose anybody you want. But Chris, I know one thing, that I'm scared because I'm going to go into next year with a new city council for 2 years. I'm going in with a new mayor that is just lost. I mean, I hope it's Sliwa, even though they say he has no chance and he has no experience. And I know we're going to get, what's his name again? Eric Adams. I really like him as a friend, but I don't see him accomplishing anything. And what's going to happen is we're going to have race riots. We're going to have wars. We're going to have unemployment. We're going to have people out of business. It's dead. We're dead meat.
You just painted the upside picture of New York in the coming years.
Yeah.
Who is this? Who's the flaky moron commie chick from Queens who wants rape victims to sit in harmonious circles with their rapists as opposed to going to jail?
She was actually almost the district attorney.
She was almost district
She's
attorney.
an idiot.
Well, that's what she was. Literally almost the
Tiffany Caban.
Yeah.
That idiot.
Yeah, she might even be speaker.
Has anything bad ever happened to her or a member of her family?
She's a
Does
lesbian.
she want to get beaten in an alley with bricks?
No.
And then after she recovers, sit in a healing justice circle with a mediator and the guy that beat her with a brick?
Look, Chris,
who is this idiot?
Chris, I'm a former public defender myself, and unfortunately, many of my former colleagues and people still doing it have drinking a lot of the Kool-Aid. I mean, they really start thinking more like their clients.
Why do they fall in love with the gutter scum? Can you answer this question?
That I can never understand. Honestly, that's what I always said, look, we represent them. We don't have to become them. But she's beyond. And the fact that she almost became the district attorney of Queens and as as
She might be speaker, which means she's
But that's
going to
right
make
along the
laws.
line of that nutcase out in San Francisco, Chesa Boudin, who's the son of Weather Underground terrorists raised by Marxists in the Bay Area, who's letting everyone out and won't prosecute anyone for shoplifting under $1,000.
Well,
There are people walking into stores in San Francisco with handheld calculators in their phones, totting up the stuff they're taking, and when they reach $950, they walk out of the store.
That's exactly it, and that's coming to a theater near you in New York as well. That's what
You
we're
all
heading.
need to get armed, hardcore.
Well, the problem is that the only people who like carrying guns in New York are those with felony records. So we have
It's insane.
Mentally
How
ill
has the
people
state
cannot
gotten
have
so
guns.
upside
But they can't have an
down.
army.
But right,
I got that this morning.
right. But Biden can have an army.
Well,
Crazy.
I know. And I'm just telling you now that I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to continue helping people as much as I can. I know I get the calls day and night. I even get prank phone calls like again, this guy again, he texted me again. I mean, he's like a funny guy. 917-633-7481. He's now
Actually, you should take it as a compliment when all these
watching the
weirdos
show.
call you up
He's
and
watching the
start. They'll call. I
Exactly.
remember they'll call you like 30 times in a row. Like
Right.
really, you should really take it as a compliment. They have no life and they want to spend their time with you.
I know, but I don't pick
Crazy.
them up. But
I've got to sign off, guys. I've got
I
a meeting in
love you,
Australia I've got to
Chris.
get to.
Thank you.
But Shana Tova, so great to
Happy New
see you
Year.
all.
Happy New Year. Happy, sweet, healthy New Year.
that's right. Thank you, Chris. We love
Absolutely.
you. Let's take another call. Bye, Chris.
Have a good one, everyone. See you. Sure. So, see you, Ezra.
Take it easy, Chris.
He's such a genius,
Chris.
smart, intelligent. I'm not listening to Chris with $2,000. Maybe I'll do dinner and flowers, whatever.
What $2,000? A lot more than
I
$2,000.
know
The
that.
jewelry, then
Okay.
the dinner.
No help, Chris. Who's on the phone right now? Hello? There was somebody on the calls. Okay, well, I thought we had a caller. Anyways, you can call into the show. Now I'll take phone calls.
Maybe I hung up on them.
718-289-0070. Wasn't that idiot? Why don't we call him at 6? What's his number? 917.
Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, I'm letting it
Let
go.
it go, Heshy.
What a loser. Yeah, he's talking such nasty words, guys. I don't know how to tell you to stand up to the government. Oh, we're taking a phone call. No, we're not. He just wants us to push the show on the producer. I'm not allowed to say his name. Anyways, I want you to know, guys, I'm not going to harp on what to do, but I'm going to tell you what to do. Private schools, you do not have to let in this tracing police. You do not have to let the disease detectives in. I don't know what the word mandate means, lawyer, but explain it to us. It is not a law. They have to come in with a warrant. If you don't let them in, they can't even fine you if they don't see what's going on. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct. And I mean, it's not just the warrant. They could come in, they could ask questions, and you don't have to answer. I mean, that's really what it is.
What do you mean they can come in? I don't want them in.
Well, if the place is open to the public, and this is what we're going to have.
You can ask them to
This is
leave.
the problem we're going to have with restaurants. This is the problem we're going to have with these stores. They're open to the public. It's a light they're open to the
But I
general
have a
public.
right not to serve you.
You have a right not to serve me under circumstance.
What circumstance? I don't want to serve you.
Yes,
Get
you
out.
have a right to say I don't want to serve you. But the thing is, they're not going to ask you to serve them. They're just going to ask you, does everybody you're serving, have you seen their proof?
I don't want to answer. Get out. What are you going to do about it?
I think all the customers should stand up and tell them, please leave. You're interrupting our whatever
dinner.
we're doing. I think they should. I think united we
very good.
stand. I'm sorry, united we stand.
That's a good idea. If
That's it.
If I'm going to be in a
I
rest-
stand up for other people when they're. If I see somebody abusing somebody else, I stand up for them.
That's what I'm going to do. If I'm in a restaurant and I see them coming, which I know they'll be scared anyways of me, they'll run
Round
away.
up a few customers and say, block
I
the
would
door and
s-
say, get the hell out of
I
here.
wouldn't block the door. I'd be
Goodbye.
screaming and hollering
Be
and
on your
taping
way.
them. I know. I'd be screaming and hollering at them. Guys, stand up. But guys, the point being is don't forge those vaccination
No,
cards.
please don't forge. The fact that we mentioned I mentioned last week, everybody has a forged card, is not something I'm advocating. The thing is,
I think
these cards mean absolutely.
I have an
nothing.
idea.
But my
Instead
problem is
of
they're
getting
making- they're
vaccinated,
making a-
can
they're
you
making-
have a religious exemption?
Well, this
No,
Can you have a medical exemption?
So yes,
That's
you
a
can
problem.
have it.
So then go to your
No, but you can't
doctor.
go into a restaurant with a medical
yes,
exemption.
that's the problem. That's
You
the problem.
cannot. 1 second.
No,
Isn't
you
that
can't.
discrimination?
It is, but the thing is,
It is.
But the thing is, the way the mandate is written up, you have to be vaccinated. It doesn't matter if you have natural
The
immunity.
mandate, you said it's not law mandate.
The way that it's an executive
so
order.
confusing.
It's an executive order which is enforceable by who I have no clue because usually I don't see the.
So how's it enforceable if you have no clue?
I'm saying
and you're a
NYPD
criminal attorney. You should have a clue.
Sorry, what I'm trying to tell you is NYPD is not going to enforce it. They have better things to do than enforce this. The sheriff's department is probably going to be enforcing
It's
it.
going to be sheriffs, the building department, the health department, and they're just going to write violations, and then the health department will come and shut down your store,
And
even
these
though you have no
restaurants.
health violations.
Yeah, exactly.
And they'll put you out of business, and then the sheriffs come with warrants, and you'll have fines. And when you're up to $50,000, $60,000 of fines, like I saw a bar in the Bronx that was so good, Ezra, clean, beautiful, well run, and you know what? They have over $50,000 in penalties for the dumbest things. They can barely, now that they're open, they just can't. They're not. I hope they can pay their bill. Yeah.
By the way, I have a solution, by the way, for officers or anybody listening that actually is writing out violations for anything. You know, if you don't believe that what the mayor is doing right, which I'm pretty sure most normal people do, then you can write isn't this a good idea? You should write the violation incorrectly. Like get the address off, the zip code, the description. If you write a violation incorrectly, like if you write the wrong code or you're off by, can't that ticket be more easily disposed of?
Again, if it's the wrong code, yes, the wrong section, the wrong description.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen.
Officers, sheriffs, work with me.
I have a guy who bought a house this week that I'm helping. Okay, he bought a house this week, Ezra, not you, and he bought a house, and the windows were broken. The windows are not good. So what he did is you're allowed, according to law, to take the windows out and replace them. And let me explain to you what that means. Since there's a lintel, something holding up the thing, you can take out a window and just put in a brand new window. Just like that. Not complicated.
Why shouldn't you be able to?
Right. It's called direct replacement, and it's not working without a permit. You don't need a permit for that. The inspector came to the house because the neighbor called on him.
And gave a fine for working without a permit.
And I'll explain to you why. Because first of all, he saw
But you don't need a permit.
He saw wires sticking out of the side of the building. The guy was running cameras. So he thought that it's some kind of electrical wiring. Of course, they're idiots. And it was
It has something to do to upgrade the windows?
So, no. First, the electrical wiring, it wasn't electrical wiring. It was for cameras. Cameras, you do not need a permit to put up.
You don't need anything for it.
So the windows, what he did was when he took out the old, ugly windows, he put in smaller windows. A little bit smaller. Now, what he did is he didn't cut the lintel. He didn't put in any brick. What he did is he put up some plywood, like if you had an air condition, and closed up the hole. And
he expanded the framing.
He didn't expand the framing. He made the framing smaller, and he took the hole and he closed it up with a piece of plywood and was going to put siding on it and sheetrock on the inside.
Right.
He called it working without a permit. Okay. Now, let me explain to you something. The guy is $2,500 penalty. He won't be able to get a permit in time. That's another $1,500 to $3,000 in penalties. We're holding at $5,000. Then I'm not finished with you. Plus, since he can't do it in time, he'll get a failure to comply because there's no way to get a permit in 3 months. If he were lucky, we're trying. That's another $2,500. $7,000.
That's why you need an expediter to expedite it.
The point is if he would have come to me in the beginning, it would have costed him anyway $7,000 or $8,000 or $9,000 plus a license he needs from a contractor. But a lot of these window guys don't have licenses; they work as subcontractors to licensed guys. So to change your windows even in the city is $10,000 when, according to the law, they're allowed to.
Right.
But since some idiot inspector came to your house, that's my point to you, and he wrote the violation, you could ignore it. What's going to happen is it's going to be on your building. No, you can keep ignoring it.
The interest.
The interest, the fines, and when you sell the house.
I was in your office.
Right.
I was in your office, was it this
Listen to
week
this,
or
Ezra.
last week?
Last week.
And I heard something about a building. Years later, an owner had it. And even though it was the previous owners, they had to pay off a crazy hundreds of thousands of dollars for a fine that was like literally like a few $100. It was like over 100,000.
Right. It was because of penalties, and then they got another violation.
So a violation that was like, I think
It was $800
Something, 800?
occupancy violation. They
And
had
it
to
was over $100,000,
What happened-
$170,000, some crazy amount.
What happened was they got a failure to comply, which means the comply means is all you do is file a form stating that you complied, but they can't comply because they
Heshy
couldn't pull
cleaned
the
up
permits.
this mess. I heard this story.
Right.
This is from the client themselves.
Right, and then what happened was he didn't go to court on the next violation, so it was 4 times the penalty.
$800 to over $100,000.
And the
Only in America.
Only in America.
Only in
and
America.
The city
The government gets rich off of you.
The city could put
You're
a
working
lien,
for them.
They put a lien on your house, then it becomes a tax lien, and once it becomes a tax lien,
You could
you're
lose
dead.
your home. You
could.
lose
They
everything.
can sell your tax lien for 20 cents or 50 cents on the dollar.
And you end up losing all your money, your savings, because you're busy fighting
Right.
everything.
And
You're
then you
left
need lawyer
with
fees.
nothing.
So you're
the
sc-
American dream.
Right. I just want you to know, this is what our country has come to, and I apologize to you. So we're going to the end of the show. I want to thank Sawyer so much. She's not taking the vaccine shot. Me and my brother here, Ezra, we took the vaccine
I did
shot.
not yet.
You didn't take it yet?
No, I have natural immunity. So
Okay.
Me too.
But you can't. So then you're
I
not
have
coming-
natural
So
immunity.
you can't go to a wedding.
I can't go to a wedding. That's like, well,
What are you going to do?
Shucks.
So it's not the point. The point is I want to go to weddings. I want to go to events. I'm not going to stop going. I did it not only for that. Yes, it's a greedy thing. But again, I'm going to keep them out. I'm going to keep our places open. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the show. Thank you for Chris for calling into the show. Linda, happy anniversary. And Danielle, my niece, congratulations on my 107th nephew.
Mazel tov.
Play the
Mazel
music.
tov.
We're good to